One thing I think is interesting is I find sometimes caregivers come with the best intentions, but they don't always understand the person at a fundamental level. Maybe, and oftentimes what I've seen is culturally
Hmm.
or religious component, and they try and do what they think is best, but doesn't always work well.
Hmm.
Sometimes they do what's best, but they don't understand small, cultural nuances, body language, and it ends up turning negatively. I think this is where caregiving is so complex and so, unique because there's no one solution. We have to approach each person as a one of one.
Yeah, exactly that. And in my hospital work, we saw a lot of refugees, a lot of
Mm,
immigrants, a lot of people who did not uphold the values of a North American medical system. And we could not make assumptions that just because we had a certain approach meant that they had a certain approach. They didn't even have the language and the insight to navigate anything. And we had to work with these people, but yet we were also enforcing what we knew because that's our medical lens, right? It's very complicated. And it was always a conversation of where do we draw the line? How do we know when we can have a say here versus when we can't? So you're right. We're such a diverse country. And again, generationally and culturally, it's so complicated.
Do you think that adds to some of the complexity to passing effective legislation?
It can, but I think the legislation that we are pretty much asking to be passed is very overarching and very basic necessity. We're not asking for like little nuanced pieces here. We're
Mhm.
asking for tax benefits. We're asking for things that financially will support all caregivers, regardless of background and culture and who you are. So I'm going to say no. Maybe people can use that
Mhm.
as an excuse, but I really do think that what is being asked in the strategy affects all Canadians.
No matter where you're watching the Dementia Collective from, if you get anything from this at all, anything, please like, comment, and subscribe. And most importantly, share this everywhere you possibly can. And if you're feeling extra generous, head to Apple Podcasts and Spotify and leave us a 5-star review.